Having a good old grumble, that's what it's all about. But how can we actually change something that we're not happy with or get those people with the power to take us seriously? It seems that not many of us know how to complain properly.
I'm hopeless at making complaints, mainly, I think, because I'm British.
I feel like if I've got one and it's quite justified, I don't mind complaining.
I won't complain in restaurants because I don't like people knowing that I'm complaining about them when they're handling my food, in case they spit in it or tamper with it in some way.
People don't like it when you make complaints, and they make you feel uncomfortable when you've done it. Like you shouldn't have done that.
I think if something's not right, you've got to say something, because how are they going to improve their service to you if they're not aware of the problem? So.
Now, I'm a stroppy cow, and I always complain, but am I doing it properly? Well, I'm going to find out. Here to tell us how to get the treatment we deserve is a man who always gets what he wants, Mr. Jasper Greekson. Jasper has written over 5,000 letters of complaint and 3 books. He is the complainer, and he does this, let me tell you, not for money, but for love. How did you become sort of a master complainer, Jasper?
Well, I suppose I like writing letters, and I don't like injustice, and it's very heartwarming when you get a good result.
Right, and what do you consider a great result? What's one of your great success
One of my early
stories?
results was actually helping a chap who was very poorly sighted, who was elderly, who'd been missold some double glazing, about £5,000 worth, and I got his money back for him. And that felt truly great, you know.
It is, it's very satisfying,
very
isn't it,
satisfying,
when you make a good complaint.
Absolutely.
What do we do wrong in this country? Why don't we complain, you know, efficiently all the time?
Well, I think we're very bad complainers, we're whingers, and we don't complain effectively. Complaining effectively is about communicating and expressing yourself clearly. Quick example, my beloved wife tripped up at a petrol station, smashed the front tooth, rang me on the mobile, whistling through the front tooth. Within half an hour, the entire main board of that petrol company had the letter, and we got a very quick
Because
result.
you'd sent it through to all the right people.
Absolutely.
So that's a key thing. Make sure you get through to the right people.
That's a very good point. You've got to be communicating with somebody who's going to care about your complaint, and usually, I'm afraid, that's somebody at the top of the organisation. I, on one occasion, took the ultimate example there, complained to the Pope.
The Pope.
Copied to Cardinal Hume, the late Cardinal Hume, and the following day, Cardinal Hume's assistant sorted the whole thing out. Wonderful. The ultimate complaint. Never heard from the Pope's boss. Or the Pope.
You can't complain, you've got to respond. And now some of our viewers have been in touch with some problems. The first one is from Diane Shenton from the West Midlands. Let's hear what she says.
I recently had a nightmare holiday on a cruise liner. The cruise company lost my luggage on day 1 of my holiday, and all the clothes I had was the clothes I was wearing. I didn't receive my luggage back until 11 days after my return home. The cruise company have offered me £150 towards the next cruise with themselves. My holiday was a complete nightmare without my luggage, and I want my money back. What should I do?
So, Diane has complained, she's had a response, she's not happy with the response. Nightmare scenario, as she said, her Mediterranean cruise was ruined. She didn't have any clothes.
That's a bad one. It is a bad one, obviously. She needs to grab the attention of the company concerned. Now, how do you do that? Come at them left of field. So I've written letters in medieval style, blackmail style, all sorts of peculiar things. I've sent hamburgers off to Illinois. In this case, I try a poem. I have got fantastic results by sending a poem. Not only do I get a result, I've had a poem back.
Ah, so will you try and write a poem for Diane?
I will be delighted to do so.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
OK, well, we'll see how the poem turns out later. Next up, Helen Lewis from South Wales, and she's got a textual issue.
I recently received a large number of scam text messages, but when I've actually had my bill, they are text service info messages, and I've now been charged £280 instead of my usual £30. I've complained to the mobile phone company, I've complained to the people that sent these texts, and nobody seems to want to help. The company behind them have now offered me £125 as a goodwill gesture, but as I'd never used a service from them, it still leaves me £125 out of pocket. What should I do to get my money back?
Unsolicited text messages, deeply annoying and very, very expensive. She's already gone down the route of getting in touch with 2 different people. What next?
Two things. Two-pronged attack on both companies, the service provider and the company in the background. Don't bother ringing. It's a strange thing with telephone companies. You can't get through, or you listen to Vivaldi
Silly,
for 20
that.
minutes. Haven't they got enough telephones? What she needs to do, if the company's reputable, they will respond positively to capture her goodwill. Failing all that, sue in the small claims court. That's what it's there for. It's there for ordinary people.
There is, of course, a chance that this could just be a serious fraud situation, or similar situations
That is
could
possible.
be.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Okay, so
possible.
you're saying take it as far as you can, small claims court.
Indeed.
Jasper Kriegson, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jasper, for his advice. Keep sending your problems in, and we'll get our complainer to give you the best advice he can. And if you think his advice isn't up to the mark, you could always complain to him. Try a poem, maybe.